Have you ever wondered why some people seem to navigate through life surrounded by friends and loved ones, while others find themselves walking a solitary path? It's a question that touches on one of our deepest human needs, the need for connection. While solitude can be a choice and a source of strength for many, chronic unwanted loneliness is a different story. Today, we're going to explore 10 common traits that, if left unchecked, might lead someone down a path of isolation. This isn't about judgment, it's about self-awareness and growth. So, if you're ready to understand yourself and your relationships a little better, let's dive in. First on our list is a constant state of negativity. We all know someone like this, right? The person for whom the glass is always half empty, if not completely shattered. They find fault in everything, from the weather to the service at a restaurant to the goodwill of others. While everyone has bad days, a persistently negative outlook creates a heavy, draining atmosphere. People are naturally drawn to positivity and warmth. When you're constantly radiating pessimism, it's like putting up a giant "do not approach" sign. Over time, friends and even family may start to distance themselves simply to protect their own energy. It's exhausting to be the constant cheerleader for someone who refuses to see any good in the world. The second quality is being overly critical of others. This often stems from a place of insecurity or unrealistic expectations. A person who is hypercritical is always pointing out others' flaws, mistakes, and shortcomings. They might disguise it as just being honest or trying to help, but the underlying message is one of disapproval. This behavior makes people feel constantly judged and on edge. No one wants to be around someone who makes them feel like they're perpetually failing a test they didn't know they were taking. Healthy relationships are built on acceptance and grace, not on a running tally of imperfections. If you find yourself frequently critiquing those around you, it might be worth asking what's driving that impulse. Next up, number 3, an inability to be vulnerable. Vulnerability is the bedrock of deep connection. It's the willingness to show our true selves, imperfections, and all. People who end up alone often build impenetrable walls around their hearts. They might be afraid of getting hurt, of being judged, or of appearing weak. So, they keep conversations superficial, share nothing personal, and deflect any attempts at emotional intimacy. While this strategy might protect them from potential pain, it also locks them out of potential joy and connection. You can't experience true closeness with someone if you never let them see the real you. It's like trying to hug someone who's wearing a full suit of armor. You just can't get close. Trailing right behind that is the 4th trait, having a victim mentality. This is the belief that life is something that happens to you rather than something you have a hand in creating. Someone with a victim mindset consistently blames external factors for their problems: their boss, their parents, their bad luck, the universe. They rarely take personal responsibility for their choices or their circumstances. This is incredibly disempowering for them and frustrating for those around them. Friends who try to offer constructive advice are often met with a list of reasons why it won't work. Eventually, people may withdraw because they feel helpless to make a difference and tired of the one-sided, blame-filled narrative. 5th, we have poor listening skills. Have you ever had a conversation with someone where you felt like you were just talking to a wall? They're either waiting for their turn to speak, interrupting you, or looking at their phone. This is a hallmark of poor listening. People who are self-absorbed dominate conversations, turning every topic back to themselves. They don't ask follow-up questions or show genuine curiosity about the other person's life, feelings, or experiences. Communication is a two-way street. When one person consistently hogs the road, the other person eventually gets tired of being driven into a ditch and will simply find another route. Feeling heard is fundamental to feeling valued in any relationship. Coming in at number 6 is an unwillingness to compromise. Relationships, whether platonic or romantic, are a dance of give and take. People who are rigidly set in their ways and demand that things always go their way create an imbalance. They believe their needs, opinions, and desires are more important than anyone else's. They want to pick the restaurant, the movie, the vacation spot, and the topic of conversation every single time. This my way or the highway attitude is a recipe for solitude. Healthy relationships require flexibility and a mutual respect that allows both parties to have their needs met. Stubbornness might make you feel in control in the short term, but in the long run, you might find yourself in control of a very empty room. The seventh quality is holding on to grudges. Forgiveness is a powerful tool, not just for the person being forgiven, but for the one doing the forgiving. People who end up alone often have a long list of grievances they refuse to let go of. They replay past hurts, nurse old wounds, and keep a detailed record of every time they've been wronged. This bitterness acts like a poison, tainting their perception of new people and new situations. It keeps them stuck in the past and prevents them from moving forward. Carrying the weight of old grudges is exhausting, and it leaves little room for new, positive connections to form. People can sense that bitterness, and it's a difficult energy to be around. Number 8 is a sense of entitlement. This is the belief that you inherently deserve special treatment, favors, and attention without having to earn it or reciprocate. An entitled person expects others to go out of their way for them, but rarely offers the same in return. They might take people's time, energy, and generosity for granted, showing little to no gratitude. This one-sided dynamic is unsustainable. Relationships are about mutual support and appreciation. When one person is always taking and never giving, the other person will eventually feel used and devalued. Gratitude is the glue of relationships, and a lack of it will cause even the strongest bonds to fall apart. Our 9th trait is neglecting personal growth. The world is constantly changing, and so are we. Or at least we should be. People who resist change, who refuse to learn new things, challenge their own beliefs, or work on their flaws, can become stagnant. They might cling to outdated views or behaviors that push others away. More importantly, a lack of personal growth often signals a lack of self-awareness. They don't see how their own actions contribute to their loneliness. People are drawn to those who are curious, engaged with life, and striving to be better versions of themselves. When you stop growing, you stop being as interesting to yourself and to others, making connection that much harder to find. Finally, number 10. Fear of being alone that leads to clinginess. This might sound counterintuitive, but it's a crucial point. Sometimes the intense fear of ending up alone can ironically be the very thing that drives people away. This fear can manifest as neediness, jealousy, and controlling behavior. A person might demand constant attention, get upset if their friend makes other plans, or try to monopolize all of their loved one's time. This kind of behavior, born from insecurity, is suffocating. It places an immense burden on the other person and strips the relationship of its joy and freedom. Healthy connections require space to breathe. Clinging too tightly doesn't secure a relationship, it strangles it. So there you have it, 10 qualities that can contribute to a life of unintended loneliness. Reflecting on these isn't about pointing fingers or feeling bad about ourselves. It's about empowerment. By recognizing these patterns, we can take active steps to change them. We can practice gratitude, learn to listen, dare to be vulnerable, and take responsibility for our own happiness. Connection is a skill, and like any skill, it can be learned and improved with practice. It starts with self-awareness and the courage to grow. Thank you so much for spending this time with me today. If this video resonated with you, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing for more content on personal growth and building meaningful connections. We'd love to have you in our community. Until next time, take care.